During Trump's presidential campaign, MAGA claimed that if elected, Trump would release the Epstein files. They claimed Democrats were not releasing them because prominent Democrats were implicated in those files. Then when Trump came into power, Pam Bondi claimed that she had the files ready to go on her desk, even staging a whole performative photo shoot with prominent far-right influencers, despite only giving them files that had already been previously released and that offered no new information. Soon after, when it started to become apparent that Trump and likely other conservative allies were in fact implicated in those files, the narrative changed. Suddenly, Pam Bondi claiming that they were on her desk was just a figure of speech. Suddenly, the files were actually a Democrat hoax. Suddenly, Trump was talking about how people needed to stop talking about Epstein. Recently leaked emails further confirmed Trump's involvement with Epstein, and it's crazy how the narrative has changed with MAGA.
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal.
But I want to ask you a question. Let's say you're right. I'll grant that you're right, and he's on the list and all the things, and you're right about all the accusations you've been making. Why is it wrong that he did those things? Trump in particular. Why is it wrong that he did those things?
Because child rape is wrong.
Why?
Megyn Kelly saying that 15-year-olds are barely legal? MAGA nuts online are now arguing that actually it's not inherently evil to assault children? As disgusting as this is, I want y'all to understand that this position isn't new. This is how conservatives have felt about these kinds of actions being perpetrated against children. They've just been quiet about it until now. However, if you've been in their spaces, you'd already know. You'd know that when it comes to banning child marriage, it's been Republicans who have been opposed to it. In fact, it's their favorite podcasters and content creators who for years have argued that actually it's okay for grown men to lust over teenagers because they're more fertile or whatever their disgusting arguments are. These people have been disgusting. They've been predators. They've been pedophiles. They're just showing it now.